Celica. I'm going to see if I can adjust the handbrake and see if I can clean up the subframe before the next MOT. Okay, so on the last MOT I just got some advisories that the subframe had some corrosion. I think on the arm here, a little bit around there. I have actually painted this before, so I'm going to clean this up as best I can. And I've got some Rust-Oleum paint. I'm going to whack a bit of that on there. I want to replace this rubber on the exhaust as well. So I've got new rubber for that, because that's all split. A little bit of corrosion there. It really needs new arms. I've got new drop links since I replaced those in when I did the shocks and springs. I have got to see if I can loosen the camber bolts. There's got a lot of rust up there. Look at that. I'm cleaning as much of this up as I can. It really needs a new subframe. I want to get a new subframe really and get it powder coated like I said in a previous video. Anti-roll bar. Got to do with a bit of a clean up as well. Basically just needs some refurb, a bit of love. A bit of surface rust here, and then it also said the brake lines have got a grease or oil on them, so they can't actually test them. So I'm going to clean those up as well, and just have a general clean up and tidy. I think. And new back plates as well. These are ridiculously expensive now. I think they're about 100 quid each. But it's something I'm going to have to invest in if I want to keep the car on the road. I'd like to get new bolts as well, I think. They're all rusty, but it's not that bad. And this one was worse than this one. I restored that, and that looks mint underneath now. So it's just general tidying and cleaning. Yeah, the camber bolts are there, right behind there. As you can see it on camera. You can get replacement camber bolts. I think White Line do a set, so I might even get those. So I need to adjust the camber on the rear, because since I've lowered it, the actual rear wheels are cambering in now, and I just need to adjust the camber out a little bit to square it off to save tyre wear. But yes, generally it's not too bad. I'll give it all a clean. I've got a nice gloss blank paint as well, so I'll make it look a lot nicer. Clean the exhaust up while I'm under here. I need to move that over a little bit. That new rubber might do that. Might just pull it over just a fraction. Oh, okay, so I'm going to get the jack out of the way, get the old wire brushes out, and see what I can clean up. So I believe this is one of the main failure points here. I think it's not too bad. A lot of this is just the underseal coming off. Looks pretty good underneath. Like I said, I would like to actually get new arms and things. It's something I'm going to have to invest in, I think. Too bad. Depends what garage you go to, I suppose, which MOT place, how bad they are, how anal they are with things like this. These arms here are painted before, but they're all going. So yeah. If anybody knows any website links for either uprated arms or new arms, drop me a message below. I mostly appreciate it. This is something I think I'm going to have to get. These two are going to be the main ones, I think. And then I'm going to have to look at hubs. DHL. Get at hubs and backing plates. Anyway, I'm just putting off the inevitable. I've got to get dirty and covered in rust and dirt. So I'm going to get my little drill out with a wire brush on, I think, and see if I can't clean it up a little bit. Yes, just underseal coming off. If there's any splits or cracks in it. Not yet, anyway. Like I say, I've seen worse. There's a bit of a tension over there underneath. A little bit of chassis leg there. I'll spray a bit of paint on those, I think. Okay, I'll get my drill. So I've been at this for a couple of minutes. I've been using a combination of my trusty scraper just to scrape some of the old paint off. My drill with various wire brushes on it. My little roll lock end to go in the drill as well to grind some of the actual serious surface stuff off, but it seems to be working alright. This is all just surface now in there, it's not too bad. That should be fine if it'll focus. I'm going to focus. No. It's all under here as well, I've got to try and clean up, but I'm just going to continue as I'm doing and get as much of the surface rust off as I can, and then I'll tape off the exhaust, mask this off so I don't get any overspray on it, and then I'm just going to aerosol some Rust-Oleum paint on there just for now, I think, so I can strip all this down or get another subframe and get it all powder coated. So hopefully that should get through the next MOT. So like I say, I'll continue as I'm doing with this. I don't want to bore you with having rust removal, and I'll catch up with you when I've done a bit more work. So I've done quite a bit of sanding and removing quite a bit of the actual rust, and it's actually not all that bad. A lot of it is just surface. I've dropped the exhaust down as well. I'm going to change the rubbers on that, like I said. So what I'm going to do now is I think I'm going to give it a good degrease all over and a wipe over with some thinners, and then I'm going to give it a good going over with some Rust-Oleum hard hat gloss black. Give it a nice hard finish, and hopefully it should protect it a little bit longer. But like I said, the only real way of fixing this is getting a new subframe, new parts, and replacing everything, and then dropping the whole new subframe and suspension parts all in, I think, which is something I'm going to have to do. New hubs, everything, I think. Just replace the entire thing, make it all look nice. I want to keep this car anyway, so I want to basically restore it slowly but surely. Also, I've got some underbody seal with wax oil. So the chassis parts I've missed, I'm just going to go over with that, and hopefully that should keep some of the rust at bay for now. I can see a few areas need to be touched up. I'm going to get some more of this actually, because I've nearly run out of that. So what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to have to get this in the garage, get it as high as I can, really get underneath it and really give it a good old clean up and tart up. Probably have a look at the brake lines while I'm under there as well. So like I say, I'm going to give that a bit of a degrease and a wipe over with some thinners, and then I'm going to start painting. So that's a couple of coats of paint and some under seal and some wax oil, so it's improved it a little bit. I think that should last now until I can get myself a decent subframe and clean it all up. New anti-roll bar, new bushes, etc. But I think we should be alright now for the MOT. So the next job is to adjust the handbrake. So adjusting the handbrake is a pretty easy job really, because you've got a drum and a disc on the Celica. So you've got your caliper, which runs your standard normal foot brake, and then your handbrake is actually in here with your shoes in there. But adjustment can all be done through that little grommet there. All you have to do is just remove that grommet, and then there's a little cog which is on a piston, which moves your actual drums out and brings them back in. So what we need to do is actually, the handbrake is off, so we've got a nice thing there. So what we do is going to take this grommet out, line the hole up with the cog, and then all we need then is a screwdriver, an old screwdriver which should fit on the cog in there, and we just move that down a couple of turns. You can feel it moving. And then we'll check the handbrake, make sure it's still loose. And then we'll check the handbrake periodically to see how tight it is. The handbrake is now off. So I was saying it was too slack. It's improved it a little bit. Just check the other wheel. So that's on there. Yep, perfect. So that's just adjusted it a little bit, which is shorten the throw on the actual lever. So I think I'll just go those 2 turns on there and do the same on the other side. So basically, if your shoes are in good condition, which mine are, they're just a little bit worn. If I can get that grommet back in. I need a little bit of lube. Yeah, I'll put a little bit of oil on there, I think. You can adjust them as they wear, so you get a bit more wear out of the actual pads as time goes on. Okay, I'll come back to that, it's been a pain. So the handbrake's on a couple of clicks, and it's still a little bit loose, so I've lined that up with the cog. You can usually get a torch, smallest torch I can find, and shine it in. You can see the actual teeth of the cog, usually. Just go that way a tiny bit. So, and then you just bring those teeth down a little bit, see if I can tighten it up. Yeah, that's good. Release it, see what happens. Yeah, that's fine. So that's just on 2 clicks and that locks it in. So it doesn't want to be a lot, and that's just adjustment more than anything. Yeah. Okay, so you can see the handbrake. There's just a few clicks. It doesn't have to be right up here. So that's nice and tight now. 2 clicks, and I'll just adjust it again. Just moving the cog teeth down. A couple of turns of that. There we go. Perfect. So release that. Perfect. So that'll do for me, just 2 clicks. I'm going to readjust the other side, and that's the handbrake done. So all I've got to do now is have a bit of a clean up. I'm going to need some new backing plates as well. Look at this, it's so sharp. But the paint's dried nice. Yeah, it's not perfect, but we'll talk about that in a sec, what we want to do, our plans with this, brake lines, etc. So that's both sides fully adjusted, all nice and tight now. I'm going to have a wipe around with some brake cleaner, a little bit of WD-40 on the coils, make sure they stay nice. But what I was saying before, what I want to do is actually start making up a shopping list. I've seen the arms for sale. I think they're about £80 for a pair, so I'm going to get those, see if I can get a subframe, and the A-arms, the bottom A-arms. I don't think I can get new ones of these, so they might be able to again get something same as a subframe and refurb them or get them powder coated, unless anybody knows of any aftermarket ones of these. Plus I'm going to get Super Pro bushes and get some new bushes for the bottom of the A-arm here. Basically see if I can swap all the bushes out, get poly bushed everywhere, just really sort of begin to start restoring it a little bit. I want to redo the anti-chip coat in here, so now you can get one that you can actually tint with a paint. So I'm going to get some base coat to match the car, and I'm going to do all this and underneath in the silver. So I'll strip all this off, wire brush it all off, and then I'll re-go over with the stone chip coat. That should brine it all up, make it all look nice. So basically just do a slow but surely restoration, similar to what I did on the Nissan. But I'm going to try and do this as I'm using it, So I don't really want to use the Nissan as a daily driver, but I don't really drive that much now. I work from home most of the time now, so it doesn't get used as much as it used to. So over winter I reckon I could do quite a nice job of it. Like I say, replace all the bolts with stainless, get a new anti-roll bar, 'cause that is really rusty down there. You can see that it's really rusty, so I can get a new one, maybe an uprated one, some uprated bushes as well, same as I did on the Nissan. Like I said, I got a white line for the rear on that with uprated poly bushes. Just basically generally buy all the parts separate, build up the subframe, and then just take it all, strip it all down, recoat it all, and then slam the new one in. Makes it sound easy, doesn't it? Of course, get some brake lines as well, they're quite cheap actually, just to generally sort of future-proof it a little bit. I might even get a rebuild kit for the brakes, get them redone, some new discs, definitely new backing plates. This one really needs a new hub at the back as well, or a new mounting plate for this, because this one was cross-threaded, so it's a little bit, it's alright now, but it was a little bit loose when I last time serviced the brakes. So that's another thing to add to the list. But yeah, generally we're getting there slowly but surely, but it's just a case of wanting to, you know, restore it all and make it last. But it's pretty rot free, it's got a little bit of surface rust here and there. I just want to try and keep it at bay. Plus, like I said before, I've got my eye on the side skirts, which I think the guy on the Facebook group said he did have some, but I just haven't got the funds at the moment to get those. I want to get the mechanical bits sorted before I get the cosmetic stuff. That's something that I'm going to get. Again, I'm probably going to get new camber bolts, like I said before, because the camber's out on the actual rear a little bit, wants to be brought out a little bit just to square it off. But yeah, a lot of plans for it, a lot of plans. Eventually I want to get the 190 engine with a lift, so that's something else I want to get in the future. Spray the engine bay, make all that look nice, respray the entire car eventually. I'm tempted to go in the Bentley Extreme Silver, which is the normal, like this silver, but it's got like a pearl flip to it, so I think it'll just bring out these lines quite nice. So that's something I might do. And a new exhaust system as well, but that will come with the engine. But it's all future Matt stuff for me to sort out at a later date. So what I think I'm going to do now is I'm going to clean the wheels up, get them back on, get them back on the ground, and that's the job done. So the wheels are still in pretty good condition. It's only refurbed them a couple of years ago. One of the front ones are getting a little bit of lacquer peel, so I'm going to have to just refurb that one. We're just going to give them a clean down with some grease lightning. And when I come to wash the car again next time, I'll give them a coat with a nano jacket from Mirror Image. Should stop some of the dirt from sticking to them. Probably put a little bit of copper grease on the hub as well. So they're not dirty, these wheels, but I like to keep them nice. Next, most important part. Okay, I'll get these done, get them back on the car, and that should be job finished. So all done, back on the ground. I was going to take it for a test drive, but the battery's gone flat. It's been stood for so long. So I think I am going to have to think about fitting a battery cut-off switch, because it doesn't get used as much as it used to, like I said. So that's pretty much it for this video. So it just shows how easy adjusting the handbrake is on the Celica. So if you've liked this video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Stay tuned for more content, and I'll see you on the next one.